All right. So as much as it saddens me to say this, but longtime Kendama painting legend Jason Hayes passed away sometime last week. For those of you who don't know Jason, he is a custom Kendama painter, and his works have touched the lives of many. His Some of the notable works include that of collaboration with the Lionhead Kendama Company, and I mean his it's his his works are one of a kind. Those who have been fortunate and lucky enough to own Jason's works, they will know what I'm talking about. And the OG players hold him in high regard and in high esteem. And it is sad that we have lost such a great figure in the Kanama community. Today, I'd like to ask you to join me in a short moment of silence to cherish Jason and the lives that he's touched. Thank you. So, for those who were fortunate enough to receive or were able to purchase any of Jason's works, I mean, I'm sure you'll never forget the feeling you first had when you saw his works, and it's amazing. It's I've never been fortunate enough to own any of Jason's works, but for those of you that do, know that a piece of him is always with you, and by extension, always with us. So, I mean, rest easy, my friend. What's up, fam? My name is Azrin, and you are with me in yet another episode of the Kendama News Network. And happy December, guys. So, last month and it seemed to be like a quiet month for Kendama, but November has been a huge month for Kendama, as always. And, I mean, let's get started, guys. I want to bring some hilarity to this on the somber note we had earlier to say that Bonds Atron has finally freaking shaved, guys. I mean, I know he doesn't do this much often. He does do it from time to time, but when he shaves, dude just looks like a baby. Looks like a freaking just like a baby newly born kind of thing. I don't know. I comment below if you like the idea of Bonds having a beard mustache versus the idea of Bonds being shaved completely clean. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, Mr. Moshikame, which is a homie from Indonesia, he has decked out some amazing highlighter art. And recently he's done a series on pro players for Kendama companies. I think it looks really, really hype. And these are hand lettered, guys. These are not fonts or anything that you can download. This guy actually drew it himself, designed it himself, and each have themes. And I think they correspond really well to the pros that he is trying to highlight. So go pay him a visit on Instagram. It's Mr. Moshikame. And Sweets made it to the Jason Show. So if you're not familiar with what the Jason Show is, and or if you're living outside of the United States, in which I am both, the Jason Show is a daily entertainment talk show airing in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And the host Jason Matheson paid a visit to the sweet shop to check out some behind the scenes, and then they also invited Sweets over to their set to teach them some kendamas. The episode is pretty nice, so if you want to see the full episode, kinda, you could head over to the Facebook page, The Jason Show, and there's two videos. First is where Jason pays a visit to the sweet shop, and the second video is when Matt Sweets came over to the set of the Jason Show to teach some people how to play kendama. And this is what happens. This is actually pretty hilarious. This is what happens. So disclaimer, guys. PSA: please play kendamas away from glass tables. You, that was really lucky that it didn't break the way it did. Congrats again, the Sweets, and I think this will open Kendamas up to a much bigger audience in Minnesota, and hopefully a much more bigger audience in America. Okay, moving on to world records now. This is crazy. Last month I said Hiroto Motohashi from Japan did a seemingly impossible 25 turntable, and he's just broken his record with 26 now, guys. 20 freaking 6. Guys, what? This is amazing, and this is nuts at the same time. This is really yabai. Like, dude, what the heck? All right, moving on to the next segment, which is Dama and product releases. Crumb Kendama, I will start with them because they have a lot of new stuff this month. And for those of you living in the United States and Canada, Crumb has just launched a new US website. And so this makes Crumb locally available in Denmark, the home ground, Romania, and Japan as well. So power to the people. If you have been tired of waiting for your shipments to come from Denmark and you've been waiting for so long for it, this is your opportunity. Pay a visit to us.crumbkendama.com. And I've been told that this is it runs through a warehouse deal. So this is how they're able to make this happen. So they've also put up a promo video, which I find it to be too hilarious. I'm gonna play it for a minute right now.
I'm Chrome Pro Bonzatron with a very special announcement. Chrome USA web shop out now. Are you sick and tired of waiting forever for your packages from Denmark? Well, now the wait is over. Chrome Kendamas, fresher than your grandmother's linens. Now available right at your fingertips at the Chrome Kendama US web shop. The sickest Damas you know and love right in your backyard. Not only are our Kendamas the sickest in the game, but our clothing and apparel will keep you looking as fresh as PJ Polishnik on a warm summer day. Chrome Kendama US web shop out now. We're here to party.
All right, moving on. Last month I told you guys about the new Ayagak, which premiered at MKO. So the Ayagak, this particular version is a full beach kendama. It is painted blue while maintaining the Greenland engraving on the can. And also the Tama now has a different design, slightly different, just ever so slightly different than the old Ayagak. Also painted in blue, and this new version of Ayagak comes with the lol clear instead of the rubber coat in the first Ayagak. I think that's pretty hype. And they've also went ahead and launched an online only exclusive triple black design, which is black. They also released a bunch of new Ayagak apparel, and starting off, the two new tees from Crumb is basically a white and black tee and embellished with a simple BB Chemnitz with Crumb logo in front right here. And it's followed by the three-eyed smiley running down the shoulder right down to the bottom of the sleeve. They also have polo fleece sweatpants and jacket. These are also both decorated with the simple Chemnitz Crumb logo, plus the smileys, and the sweater has a pretty interesting design, which, I mean, it looks hype, but it's not really my cup of tea, so that may be your thing instead. I don't know. Over the last couple of weeks, the Crumb fam started leaking, or shall I say, controlled leaks of images of what seems to be some new. I mean, they've gone ahead and brought back the first and second versions of the Crumb Noyas, and they've added triple stripes to the bottom of the Tama, and they've finally coated that in lol clear. They've also introduced a third iteration of the Noya featuring a blue dominant design, also with the trip stripes and lol clear. And I mean, these look really, really great. And if you didn't know, the Noyes are 100% designed by Thorkild May while he dropped acid. I mean, that may or may not be true. But the other thing you should know about these new Noyes is that the cans have also been updated to the pop shape, featuring that new holographic seal. I mean, I'm quite a big fan of that particular seal. Traditionally, Kendama seals have always been round, with a few exceptions. The Sakura seal, the Mount Fuji seal. There are also some other seals which I may or may not have known, but the Crumb Triangle seal is really unique to Crumb. The Noyas aren't the only thing that dropped though. Due to amazing demand to bring back the Crumb Autumn collaboration, Crumb did just that. Kinda. The collaboration with the Berlin bike brand is an exclusive design, which means that it's going to be really difficult to bring back. But Crumb took cues from the old Autumn design and updated it with lol clear and introduced to us the brand new Crumb Camo. And it's spelled with the K, by the way. And taking it a step further, Crumb introduced a special pop can for it with camo patterns covering the entirety of the can. It looks amazing. And this can comes with a drilled base cup. So it's going to be great for loons if you love it. And by the time this particular episode airs, the camos will just be launched. So 3 new Noyas, 1 new camo. They all come with the bearing breeds, and they're out at the Crumb shop. So go check them out. And this is again tying up with the US site launch. So if you are in the States or Canada, you really want to cop this fire para Crumb release, especially for the US website. These are a new series of tees and hoodies made with clothing company Champion, and they look amazing. My particular favorite is the black tee with a white logo on it. I think that looks so great. But they're not available to Restoval. I mean, I kind of have a bone to pick with Crumb with that. I love this particular set of Crumb Champion tees, and they're so affordable with the Black Friday sales. But it's really a huge bummer that I can't enjoy the discounts that our American buddies get, and it's anyway. Sorry for the rant, folks. I mean, I really had to get it off my chest. Enough for Crumb. Let's move on to sweets. Hang on. There is one last thing though. Some of y'all has seen some of the images floating around on the Instagram of a supposedly new Crumb birthday Kendama. And as a treat, I'm gonna flash these images real quick for you. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're out. So this is coming very soon, like sooner than you think. So get your wallets ready. Okay, for real, let's move on to sweets. So remember last month when I said Sweets released some throwback mods? Well, these turned out to be the version 8 customs. These come in Kush Clear, and these 3 feature the Chaz Edwards Pro model with the Marble Seafoam and Maroon colorway, and the Christian Fraser Pro mod, which features a gold fade to white, then fade to natty, and then finally the William Penniman or the Willie P Pro mod with green, blue, green fade with a single white stripe smack dab in the middle of the whole thing. So each of these V8 customs are paired with a beach can, and they also come with a bearing bead, and they each retail for $35. So if you want to get a closer look at it, you can also go to the Sweets website, or you could check out the Sweets YouTube video on Matt Sweets himself unboxing these legendary Pro mods. Sweets also previewed some new satin jackets. These are designed by Matthew Jean. Matthew Jean? The name looks French. These are not released at the moment as far as I know, but I hope they will release soon because these look too hype. I mean, I guess you've seen images of Nick Gallagher wearing it while he was on his BMX bike after winning freestyle at MKO. You've also seen an Instagram post by Sweets, this particular one, featuring the orange one. These look great. I thought it looks kind of gangster, which is pretty hype. Sweets has released the yellow Luzumaki on the online store, and it just to have you know, the previous red and green collabs are paired with F3 cans, and now these are paired with the Prime cans. Finally, and like the previous models, Luther's work is present throughout the Kendama, his signature pointillism style, pad printed on the Dama, and also immortalized by the laser engraved base cup. So, if you've been gawking at the photos I have here, I suggest you pay a visit to the Sweet site and grab one, and grab it fast you shall. So these are retailing for 45, and Sweets doesn't make too much of these anyway, so act fast. Sweets has just re-upped some new stock, I think for Cyber Monday, but I wasn't too sure if they're still available as of now. So last month I said something about photos in the wall of an unreleased Sweets Prime Sumo, and Sweets has gone ahead and released a whole new batch of Sumos. So for those of you newer to Kendamas, you new gen kids, and you don't know what the Sumo is, these were created in 2012, and back then it was a Sweets biggie. And what Sweets had done is that he chopped it up. He chopped up the Kentucky, he shaved it a little bit, and everything else still remains the same: the jumbo cups, the jumbo Tama, and now in 2017, the Sumos have gotten a makeover with the prime can shape and paint. So these come in three colorways. I forgot to write these down. I don't know why I did that, but there are three of them. They're available on the online store, and they are so great for lunars. These retail for 45, and from my guess is not a huge number, are being made at the moment, so hop on it, guys. Black Friday also saw Sweets launching some new apparel though. The athletic logo hoodies that we saw at MKO are available in either black or gray, and these look amazing. The logos out front are obviously inspired by Major League Baseball, but I ain't complaining at all. I love the looks of these. Next up is this hoodie, in which Sweets is calling Paint the Wall, and features the Sweets crosscan logo being drizzled over by paint, and also a brushstroke for each sleeve. And I think that looks great. Sweets also outed some new beanies. The homegrown beanies are available in orange and green. They also look damn striking from afar, and I think it's impossible to not spot you when you wear one of these things. They've also upped some ribbed beanies, and they come in either red, blue, or gray, and they look great. I'd imagine it'd be perfect for the coming winter season. Okay, so moving on to Deal With It. I saw this on Kozarov's Instagram story about a couple of months ago, and it turned out to be true. I thought I was dreaming or something. Deal With It teamed up with Sour Mash again to release a new Sour Mash Kozarov collab. So this is a full ash. This is a 7030 natty red with Kozarov's signature logo in the red portion of the paint. And it's beautiful. Of course, you have Mash's classic sauce coating the Tama. And all in all, beautiful looking pieces, but it is my regret to inform you that these are completely sold out as of now. I don't know if Deal With It will make more of these things, but I hope they do. And the fact that it sells out so fast is a testament to how much people love Kozarov. She's such an amazing player. She's such a unique and fresh person to look at. If these really get remade, cop it. Matt Rice has also been a longtime fan of Coffin Akmar's works at OSU, and he's even more stoked to find out that Coffin also hails from Maryland, and so here we have it, a collaboration between Deal With It and OSU. So what you need to know about this collaboration, that it's 100% designed by Colin. It's full ash with Coffin's sleep tight wording on the big cup, the Dwy Dock logo on the small cup, and OSU's logo on the base cup rim. Tama comes in a nice 7030 purple gray colorway, which is available in either rubber or sticky AF. 25 units of each were made, but The rubber ones are sold out. Sorry, guys. So be quick and cop the sticky AF ones before they run out for good. Grain Theory releases an Americano duo, and they come in Ben Harrell and Christian Einetter flavors. And of course, coming back to the roots of producing small batches, these sold out amazingly fast. Like Matt Rice reported them selling out like under a minute. Towards the end of the month, they also launched the Black Friday Cyber Monday sales. They dropped a load of new stuff on their site. And first up is the Two Bears Next Dot model. Well, seems like everything is Next Dot model these days. Must be popular as hell. And a series of Christian Einetter and Ben Harrell mods, which came in mocha, espresso, and cookie monster flavors. And of course, there's like, 10 or 20 of these on site because they all sold out under a minute. Moving over to the rest of the Americas, Pineapple Kendamas teamed up with Sweets Kendamas yet again to bring you this sick mashup featuring the new Pineapple Standard can and the Sweets Kush Clear paint. The first Dama up is their full maple latte with Kush Clear goodness. And the next one is called a Portal Half Split, heavily inspired from the hit TV series Rick and Morty. A week later, they announced another collab. So this time it is with Sol Kendamas, and it is called Midnight Mist. And Midnight Mist is a blue painted tama with gold sparkles. This is finished in Pineapple's Coconut Clear. This awesome tama is then strung up to a maple sol can. Looks like it's still the old sol shape though, it's not the new ones. And is available on both Pineapple and Sol's websites. Although I think the Sol one is sold out, they are available still on the Pineapple website. I checked it about a few days ago. So hopefully they are still available when you see it. Risen Kendamas has recently moved out of their Etsy site and into their new website. Apparently it's powered by Squarespace, so give them a peep. It's risenkendamas.com. They've also launched some new kendamas. First up is the Cloud9, and second is the triple striped brown, orange, yellow Embers Rising. Both of which are silk tamas paired with the beach can, and finally the Candy Cane, 7030 red white silk tama beach can with a grooved laser engraved big cup edge to allow birds to sit. This is pretty much like the Muso groove can, so it's very similar in design. Later on in the month, they released the new Dama, which is basically their version of the Tokyo Skytree Kendama. The Canadian Deal With It pro Jared Porter has launched his own kendama apparel company called Dama Plug, featuring some superb looking threads, very clean and minimalist designs. Jared has been working on this for a couple of months now, maybe more. So if you have some cash laying around and you love Dama themed apparels, you want to snag some of these, and you want to pay a visit to damaplug.com and give some love to my man, yo. Yeah, and also, if you have been frustrated by the lack of large apparel sizes in Kendama companies out there, Dama Plug offers T sizes up to 5XL, guys. 5 freaking XL. And that will be amazing for a lot of people who have, large sizes. Hawaiian based company Slayers Club outfitted a new series of tees and hoodies. These are based on the No Lies series they released a while back. You have the option of choosing either a short or long sleeve tee or a pull down hoodie. These make for a great reminder for peeps around you to freaking not hand tricks. Not cool, guys. Not cool. So, no lies. Active Kendama, now that's a name I haven't heard of in a really long time. And they have partnered up with Sweets Kendamas to give you this sweet collab called the Caramel Dipped Apple. These beach tamas come in either red or green fade and finished with the Sweets Kush Clear and pairs really nicely with the Maple V2 can. And also these are up on the Active Kendama site for $35. But unfortunately the red version is out of stock, so act on the green ones if you want to have an Active Kendama. Before they no longer beat any of these. Res Kendamas are back. Chris completed his much needed vacation and promptly returned to make more res for everybody. He apparently ran out of the material he uses to make the black coating. So at the moment, he ups some more canvas and glows for everybody. And to sweeten the deal, Chris slashed the prices off 20% for Cyber Monday. But of course, res being res, and they sell out at a drop of a hat. And I checked their website. It looks like the Noir is set to drop next. As always, keep an eye out on their Instagram page for drops. Moving on to the Land of the Rising Sun, Iwata Moko releases the Mugen Muso. Yeah, it's Mugen. I kept saying Mugen in the last episode. I don't know why I did that, but I guess I got carried away by listening to Matt Sweet say Mugen every single time. But yeah, it's Mugen, and the new Mugen Muso Deep has been released for online sales, and these went up for pre-sale during MKO. And this model, called the Black Blue Metallic, features a black fade to blue color scheme alongside with Iwata Moko's brand new super matte paint. Iwata says that this super matte paint gets better as you play, which it's one of those things that you really have to test it to believe it. It also comes with the usual refinements, double-edged bevels, and also double-edged cup edges, and also plus their signature replaceable resin tip. These retail for $95, so you can get them at iwatamoko.jp. After releasing the Legacy Slash line at MKO, Gloken has now made it available on the online website, and these retail for $45. So a quick recap if you did not tune into last month's news, the Slash line is a variant of the full maple monoline, and it features two laser engraved lines on the can, and with diagonal lines in between. Also, if you wanted to get your hands on the Japan model, the Japan model is a nice 50-50. Look, it's here. So if you wanted to get your hands on the Japan model and you've never had a chance to do so because they sold out when they first launched, they are now back in stock. And still on Gloken, they've announced a new collaboration model of their TK16 original with Zumadanke this time. This looks amazing, and it's a full beach Kendama. And the Dama is a 70-30 rubberized paint, with the 70 being either red or blue, and the 30 being a really nice collage of the Zumadanke logo. Like, you have to really see it up close to really admire it. Anyway, to amp up the deal, player cards are being included in the package. So if you bought a blue Zumadanke model, you will receive a Kodaman card, and the red one, of course, comes with the EG card. These are designed 100% with inputs from both Gloken and Zumadanke, and I can't wait to see people have it in their hands and review it. Kenholics releases a new line of Tamas called the Wildflower. They arrive in 4 colors: purple, green, red, and blue. And the Tama design features immaculate work by the man. I mean, Kenholics never fails to show us why they're the one of the best, if not the best, Kendama company, Kendama painters in Japan. And his work really speaks for itself. Like, get hyped, guys. Look at these images. Look at that. These guys retail for $40, so do get your hands on them before they sell out. Seriously, guys, Kenholics, you should never sleep on this guy. He paints really good stuff. Another custom painter from Japan, Otaken, releases the SM Red as a continuation of the SM series. This one's a red-black-red fade with a white ring in the Tama hole, featuring the SM logo on the top of the Tama. They've also released a new colorway for the existing Kodaman Tama. Previously, there's a thin turquoise line. Now that line is been replaced with a green one. So slight difference, maybe a better playability for some people, I don't know. If you live in Japan and you have a membership with the JKA, the Japanese Kendama Association, there's some awesome news you can find in there. I mean, they give you periodical newsletters, and inside has some pretty juicy information. So this is called the Kendama Sushin, whatever this newsletter is. It simply translates to Kendama News. And JKA mails these to their members. The following, thanks to a birdie I have in Japan, who was really kind to provide me with these images of some of the new JKA Kendamas. Starting from these are images of Ozoras from the maker Yamagata Kobo. So from left to right is the matte painted white fade, red fade white, followed by street blue, and finally the galaxy orange. This next image still was ours, and y'all know the premium white. And right next to it is the brand new matte white. And this is a very interesting addition to their lineup. It's great to see this colorway. They also have finally the matte green, red, white. It's a welcome change to see the JKA be a little bit lenient with their color palette, because in recent years it has been dull. Same old colors, it's the same old designs, and I'm glad to see them slowly changing the times. The last bit of news from Japan is that JKA is in talks with a new company called the Ikeda Industrial Company, and they are going to bring to us a brand new kendama called Kodama to be JKA certified. So that's a new company, and there's no images of the kendama as of yet, but I'm hoping to see some neat designs when they come out. Anyway, moving on to other parts of the world. French company Natif Kendama teases their brand new series, The Progress. And according to their website, this is a brand new can shape, and it is called the Progress shape. It is meant to be a little bit larger, much like the Soulflow and Slay Dog, and also packed with improvements over the older shape, and comes with a full ash configuration. And from what I can see, the can also looks like a mash between the JKA slip ring and base cup and the Sweets Prime's thin and sharp cut cups. Natif has also made a new sticker seal for the kendamas, which is also a nice touch. The Progress were released at the end of the month, and 3 models are sold. So the first one is Pure, which is a full natty kendama with a raw ash tama. The second one is called Line, also very similar to the Pure. The difference between the two is that in the tama, which has an engraved scope system on it, it's located at the bottom 30 and the top 10 of the tama. The third and final one is called Lead, which is a slightly different engraved scope system compared to the Line, but still at the same places. And the Lead's tama comes with a sort of a matte rubber coat, and Nativ is calling this soft touch. And all of these come with the usual suspects: stickers, string, bead, and a lot. So if you want to find out more or to cop these babies, head over to kendama-france.com. The site's in full French though, but you can always shoot them an email. It's at the bottom of the site. Yumu introduces the Corona Cerrado upgrade for its Eclipse line of cans. The Corona Cerrado has 2 features. First of all, the top of the cup ridges are laser engraved to help provide a better grip to birds, much like again the Muso groove and also the resin groove that we talked about earlier. And secondly, the rim of the big cup has been coated with a small layer of the in-house Pro Racing coat to make the big cup stick to the tama. Yuma introduces 2 all-new Canon tama setups, which are basically improvements to the Eclipse line. So starting off, these 2 Eclipse cans come standard with the Corona cups, and all 3 of the cups are coated with the Pro Racing coat. So the tama hole got bigger by a little bit. 2 new products were launched under these refinements. The first one is the Eclipse OOXX, also known as tic-tac-toe. I mean, I don't know why they call it that. I don't see the X's though. These come in black and white, with matching colored rim edges and a single Pro Racing stripe on the tama. The second one is the Focus series with the clear rim coating on all 3 cups, plus a new tama paint scheme about roughly 60% natty that fades into a 20% color paint, or dyeing as they call it. Sounds so weird, dyeing. And finally ends in a split to white super paint for optimal tracking. Yumu then announced a collaboration model with Taiwanese player Gogolong, and it's pretty much the OOXX can I mentioned earlier. It has Gogolong's name inscribed onto the big cup, and also the void area between the slip ring and base cup, plus a variation of the Focus tama without the that white Hong Kong brand Friday Kendama introduces an all new can, and they are calling it the lion shape. And everything and everyone loves larger kendamas these days. So the can height has been increased 3%, feather by 10%, big and small cups increased by 8%, and the base cup increased by 5%. I mean, the Tama has also been increased to 3% to accommodate the changes in the can. So, with the lion shape, Friday introduces an all new Black Waves Dama, and this is inspired by what seems to be Japanese wave motifs. And I like it. These will retail for 34 bucks. So, check out Friday Kendama. And somewhere in the middle of the month, Kendama Israel slapped some new apparel on the site. Merkaba Team hoodies are launched for sale, and I'm liking the design. They've also released a brand new kendama, the Anonymous Kendama, full beach, coated with the all new shekel clear, and black painted Tama sports a Guy Fawkes mask. I kind of dig it though. It reminds me of the Japanese Kokeshi dolls. And that ends Damas and product releases. Alright, moving on to team announcements. Crum welcomes Troy Montaguro. As you may know, Crum has 4 teams under their empire. So we have the pros who slay really crazy and they have their own pro mods. And then at a step lower we have the Chromies who slay. You have the Crum fam and the Chromosaurus team. Now Troy is part of a brand new team called the Crum Ambassador. I reached out to Torkill and I asked him about it, and he says the ambassador's main focus lies in the community and they are responsible to ignite new ones and keep existing communities lit. So again, congratulations Troy, and he is really deserving of this, and he reps and shreds Crum so much, and I extend my heartiest congratulations to one of the awesomest Dama dads in the scene. Moving on to Yumu, they have proudly announced a USA division, and this is called Yumu USA. And most of you have already known Vincent De Maya reps Yumu really hard, so it is a no-brainer to have him on the team. And he gets chosen to lead and manage this brand new team. Joining Vincent will be 5 players, and each amazing in their own right. First edition is Jared Braley, hailing all the way from Utah. Jared's been playing for a good 4 years now, and has got some neat tricks up his sleeve. Team member number 2 hails from Jersey, a Mr. Russell Van Houten, and before you go about it, he has no ties to the chocolate company of the same name. No. Member number 3 is from the Bronx, and he goes by the name John John. Really, John John. I'm not kidding you. This is what it reads here. Coming to player number 4, and she hardly needs an introduction, Jennifer Cho. As you guys may know, Jenny is based in LA, and she's been shredding with the Les Dama team, and I am so stoked on her getting on the spot. And finally, Yumu USA, saving the best for the last, announced and somehow dug up the one and only Mikey Schelling out of so-called retirement and gave him something to slay with, and slay this man does. So that wraps it up with the Yumu USA team. Best wishes to this amazing team with high hopes that they will flourish in the scene. Dude, so hype. So that ends team announcements. Alright, moving on to edits and videos. Sweets has had a number of videos this month. Max Norcross has his latest vlog entry. Okay, maybe I shouldn't call this particular episode a vlog because this is definitely edit worthy. Okay, Nork spends the night at the Sweet Studio, and he says it's the best film sesh of his life. I agree. And next, the left-hander Atlanta wonder Christian Fraser stealing thunder, tearing tricks asunder with an editing splendor of his V8 throwback jammer. So don't wait till later, go peep and forever remember this legendary player. George Marshall releases an edit by George Marshall featuring George Marshall. And what I'm more interested to know is what the actual fish happened in the 2-minute 30 mark. That is just insane, dude. If you missed out on MKO and for some reason you couldn't make it out all the way to Minnesota in October, don't watch the Streets Life blog. Don't watch the recent episode. Like I said, don't. Like you'll find yourself cursing and lamenting at the world. Why nothing aligned? Why the stars didn't align for you this year? It's like don't watch it. Like seriously, do not watch it. Sweets did the unthinkable and locked Bryson Lee in his shop studio for 30 minutes without music. I mean, putting aside the various infringement of child labor laws, forcing him to play Kendamas in the absence of music. No music, guys. What the But it's Bryson Lee's unreal, though. Unreal, seriously. Moving on to Crummy Mr. Bob Lauren, aka Rolf Sandvik Gunner, got down to filming some nasties while sessioning with the local homies. So go peep, it's so lit. For some particular reason, the UST and Kenyatta found it appropriate to film a game of Ken between them, smack in the middle of the Atlanta Braves Stadium. And I like it. I think you guys will too. I hope to see more Ken game videos from the Kusa pros, or for any pro for that matter in the future. Dave Mateo got his hands on his newly updated Dream Dama in the Kaizen 2.0 shape. So follow Dave as he takes you for a short 5-minute unboxing of his new pro mod. I mean, his room is dope as heck though. I like it a lot. Kusa is fanning the fire with these monthly team edits. Well, last month, it's Halloween for the Kusa crew, and the level of trickery is nothing short of amazing. And Yoris also just released his first point of view edit last month, right? But this man is back for more. The second edit is already out, point of view as well. If you really want to preserve your eyes, don't damage it, don't watch this. But if you don't, well, go ahead and watch this ish. It's nuts. Kusa also recently acquired about 15 cents worth of eggs, and obviously they want to know if these eggs are suitable for Kendamas. So they tasked DUST again and Kenyatta in a series of quality assurance tests. Oh, eggs were harmed, alright. So if you love eggs, don't watch it. I don't know. Moving on to the Americas, Terra releases the Nippon de Terra, or Terra in Japan edit, featuring the team's exploits in Japan during the 2017 Kendama World Cup. So Terra pros Rod and Eric joined Flow members Misu and Junya, and slaying some tricks in crazy summer heat. As part of the 2017 Sweets MKO edit contest, the Downriver Kendama team, aka DKT, released their edit of players just ripping it. Such a huge number of players crammed into a 6-minute video, you've really got nowhere to breathe, mate. Enjoy. Saul's Alex Mitchell and also 2016 MKO Young champion Zach Magnuson teamed up during the recent MKO to bring you this delightfully fresh edit. Okay, guys, this is huge. Okay? Ben freaking Low is back. Oh my god, yes. Ben has been away for like 4 months, and he was on a hiatus. And now he's really back, guys. He's really back. Dude, I'm so happy. And he dove right in to review the new TK16 original from Gloken. Dude, like, welcome back, man. I mean, we've all missed you right here, and your videos, your reviews, your news. Dude, it's glad to have you slowly back. So keep making those videos. I mean, like, Ben happens to be one of the reasons that I am making Kendama news videos right now for you guys. So, I mean, that's how much of an impact that Ben has given me. Alright, so finally, Haglord Sam Cannon recently took the new Kendama Israel Anonymous Kendama out for a rip on the streets, bud. Can you play Kendama with a mask on? Boy, Sam surely can. And that ends edits and videos. Alright, moving on to the final segment, the events and competitions. We start off with the Americas, and we start off with the Bellingham Battle, or shortened to the Beeham Bell, that took place in Bellingham, Washington. Thomas Lowry put in some hard work organizing this one, and it turned out great. About 40 people showed up. Three events were held, and the winners for each category are Drew Learn, snatching the win for the beginners, Silas Moreau for the intermediate category, and finally Patrick Riddle for placing first in the advanced category. Huge congratulations, guys, and big ups to Thomas for putting some hard work and seeing his first event become a reality. I hope I didn't butcher any of your guys' names though. I'm really bad with names sometimes. Grain Theory outs a series of challenges on Instagram asking participants to lay tricks as clean as humanly possible without the use of paint. That is crazy. So this is called Naked and Clean. And the first challenge was fairly simple but really difficult to get clean. RWB's Damon Kirschmeyer won with a super duper clean try. Oh my god, it is so clean. And moving on, the second challenge got way harder. It's got some lunars mixed in with instas and fast hands. But Pineapple Kendama Pro Liam Rotter, I hope I'm saying this right. Liam Router? Pineapple Kendama Pro Liam Router made sure he won this time around, producing a mega clean entry. And the final challenge is nuts as well. I mean, still juggle house, straight bird, can flip spike. But CWCS string crew, Noah G's hit that juggle so clean, guys. I have nothing but respect for players who can hit such clean tricks without the assistance of Tama paint. And this shows just that. The final challenge, which I guess will be three of them together, will take place. I don't know when, but I hope to see that in December. The very first annual Beast Coast Bell took place in Winter Park, Florida. BCB saw about 40 to 50 people attending. Sunny day out. Lovely day for a jam. And if you guys want to see snippets of BCB, you can do so via this video. I will also post up a link to the video should you not be able to find it. Moving on to Europe, the French Kendama tournament was held early November at the Midi-Pyrénées, and the main open event saw Oscar Eland coming in third, followed by Sweet's homegrown team member Thibaut Arco in second place, and Thomas Baron winning the open division. There's also a throwback video if you'd like to see what went down during the event. Well, congratulations to all the winners, by the way. Moving on to the Netherlands, Spike Dama 11 took place in Spijkenisse. And in the main freestyle event, Joris Schwepp from Kusa and Krom's Marcus Lander came in third and second, respectively. And as expected, Kendama Troika's Albert Kilvesmaki clinched first place. Congratulations, Albert. Romania's Depozitul Kendama announces their biggest Kendama competition yet, the Depozitul Kendama National Day Competition, or ZNDK for short. And they're not joking, guys. It's huge. It's huge, okay? On November 18, a staggering 13 cities held events simultaneously for an estimated total of 4,000 players. 4,000 players. Dude, 4,000 players is so much more than people who attended KWC, and that is a measure of how big Kendama is in Romania. It's crazy, guys. This is not really surprising, though. It is said that a whopping 80% of children in Romania play Kendamas. You do the math yourself, man. It's nuts. The first, second, and third players from each event for the cities will be entered into the final event a week after. That will be held during the Asia Fest at the Rome Expo in Bucharest. The ZNDK finals saw Sweets USA team members Bryson Lee, Max Norcross, and Lucas Funk. Lucas got his passport denied. That's a shame, actually. So it's just your boys Bryson and Norix being flown out all the way to Romania as guest judges for the event. And to add the cherry on top of the cake, the winner trophy is this fantastic, fantastic piece created and designed by the one and only Kazuma Iwata of the Mugen Muso fame. And the base is made out of tree tamas, painted in the Romanian flag colorways, and topped with this beautiful blue, yellow, red coated can. You can see the Romania in this. This is amazing. And this is topped with a gold tama. I don't know if it's playable, hopefully, but I'm hella envious of the person who will take this home. But I must digress. I don't have the specifics of the competition with me, but what I do know is that the Sweets Romania team member Ciorne Iliciorne, I think. Iliciorne made quick work of the competition to take the trophy back home. Congratulations, man. Congratulations on winning the what I believe is the biggest Kendama event in history now. 4,000 people. Are you nuts? So yeah, that is Zindike Open. And finally, moving to Singapore, my homies Cyril Kendama hosted the last jam. And 37 Damas Ezekiel Chi won the jam this round. Congrats, bro. And I hope that it's not going to be the last jam because that would be an utter shame. I mean, Cyril has done a good number of things to the Singaporean Kendama community, and Cyril as a company will still be around though. So don't worry about that one. And that ends the events and competition section. And with that, I gladly call this month's edition of Kendama News Network to a close. So my name is Azrin, and till next month, stay lit and Dama on. See ya.